During my travels, I did find that a lot of people, though they have taken introductory sittings, etc., they may have started via Zoom, or they may have started in colleges or in corporates. But I wish they would practice diligently under the training of a specific preceptor. We did use and we are using the digital platform to facilitate introduction, to facilitate individual sittings, to facilitate group satsangs, etc. New programs, all kinds of programs we have been doing, performing. Yet, there is no real substitute for face-to-face sessions with preceptors. Practice is a must. The very first step in yoga, Patanjali says, the very first aphorism, first sutra of Patanjali's Yoga Sutra is this: Yoga atha yoga anusasanam. Atha means henceforth, or here and now. I decide to follow the discipline required in yoga. Yoga, we understand what we are trying to attain, the highest. Merge in the highest. Highest is only one, God. But as an individual, from within we are psychologically so many individuals. We have many fancies. We identify ourselves with so many objects of the world and we become that for that particular moment. We identify ourselves as successful businessmen perhaps. So at that moment, your emotions are all about business. Business means competition also. And all about competitive mind kicks in. Another side, you think you are a devotee of God. Devotion kicks in and for a moment you feel purity and peace. Another moment, your teenage children are throwing tantrums and you regret for having children. Why did I have children? So we are so many in one. We are polymorphs, psychologically speaking. How can these multiple individuals residing in my psyche can merge with one entity? Think about it. When Babuji Maharaj has beautifully written the very first chapter of Voice Real, he starts with my pain. He narrates the level of pain he had, anguish that he had, restlessness that he had in his heart to merge with the divine. He said, if any other person had such anguish in his heart, perhaps that person would have committed suicide. But this restlessness, this pain, this anguish to merge in the highest, he said it gave him a lot of solace, lot of peace in his heart. And then he said, why would people follow such restlessness to get peace when your goal is only peace? Something of that sort, Patanjali says in the very first aphorism, first sutra, Athaha Yoga Anusasanam. Anu means to follow. Sasanam. Sas is a word in Sanskrit meaning to instruct. I followed the instructions diligently. Henceforth, means abhi tak whatsoever I have done has not yet resulted in attaining the highest. So henceforth, I make this resolution that I shall follow the discipline of yoga. Sahaj Marg has a very simple method. We close our eyes every morning. How difficult it is. It's not difficult to close your eyes and sit peacefully with a craving heart that may Lord's grace pour in my heart and we for a moment become one with each other. If you have the true craving, this becomes very automatic. There is no need to put an alarm clock or use willpower. To me, willpower is a useless thing. I often give an example of children, for example. As a child, have to use his willpower to enjoy ice cream. So I have to use so much of willpower to use. Maybe if you are so fat and obese, you might have to restrain yourself. But that too, people give up their willpower. But what drives a young child is the interest, not the willpower. So in Sahaj Marg, we say, I have to have interest, the craving for the ultimate. Then all these things becomes automatic. Discipline becomes automatic. And it's no longer enforced. Love should never be, or rather, discipline should never be at the cost of love. Be it towards yourself, or be it towards the children, or towards the students in a school. Sometimes enforcement is necessary when the other parties, people on the street, they're chaotic, rogue, then enforcement becomes a mandatory thing. But in family environment, love precedes everything. There has to be reciprocation, otherwise enforcement becomes law, which is tragic.